Ancient scrolls describe 12 massive structure portals lining the horizon where solar fire enters our sky. Corbin here. I've stared at Enoch's calendar so long, I can recite the exact horizon portal behind winter solstice. Only. For 2,000 years, sky charts replaced physical portals with seamless celestial math. The Book of Luminaries says the sun does not drift across open space. It shifts between 6 eastern portals. When you look at the solar path today, you are seeing a sanitized grid designed to hide these gates. Chapters 72 through 82 of Enoch are not mystic visions. They are an observer's operational logbook. Enoch was taken to the ends of the earth by Uriel to record precise solar azimuthal movements. He notes 6 gates where the sun rises in the east and 6 where it sets in the west. Modern critics call this primitive mythology, but Uriel gave Enoch exact day ratios for every gate opening. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to dig deeper into the hidden history of sacred texts. Each portal regulates light duration down to specific fractions of the daily cycle. If the sun simply glides through vacuum, why did ancient observers track physical exit apertures? The text insists these gates open and close according to a rigid celestial clockwork. Today we view the sun's path as an imaginary line called the ecliptic. We accept that Earth's axial tilt causes seasonal shifts in sunrise location, yet Enoch presents a fixed horizontal array of discrete physical entry points. The sun stays in one gate for 30 days before stepping over to the next. It does not slide smoothly. It jumps between discrete portals like an index system. Astronomers flattened this stepped mechanic into a continuous smooth curve. By turning physical structural thresholds into abstract coordinate math, the gates vanished from science. Hit the like button if you suspect ancient observers knew more about sky mechanics than we admit. When you erase the framework, you erase the machinery operating behind the sunrise. Let's examine the first 3 eastern gates, described in the Book of Uriel. Gate 1 is the southernmost portal, active during the winter solstice. Here the day is short, 9 parts light to 9 parts darkness in the text's scale. The sun rises from Gate 1 and sets in the corresponding western Gate 1. After 30 days, the sun shifts northward to enter Gate 2. The day lengthens slightly as the solar engine steps across the horizon array. By Gate 3, light and dark reach equal balance at the spring equinox. Enoch notes that wind windows flank each gate, blowing specific seasonal air currents. This was a complete atmospheric and luminous release mechanism, not just light angles. Subscribe to the channel right now to make sure you do not miss our upcoming apocryphal breakdown. Just like those ancient celestial gates quietly directed massive energy forces without anyone noticing, your household budget often leaks. You might earn a decent income and carefully track your main bills, yet you still find yourself struggling to understand where The problem is not that you are careless with money, but simply that you are missing the 12 hidden expenses draining your household. That is exactly why this digital book, The Silent Leak, was written to expose every hidden drain on your bank account, bill by bill. Instead of feeling frustrated at the end of the month, you finally get to see the full financial picture and plug those invisible money. Scan the QR code on your screen right now to grab your copy of the book and start reclaiming your income today. Gate 4 marks the northern shift, where days begin to overpower the night. Gate 5 pushes the sun further north, expanding daylight to 10 parts versus 8. Finally, Gate 6 represents the northernmost limit, the summer solstice portal. At Gate 6, daylight reaches 12 parts, while night shrinks to 6 parts. Notice how Enoch uses an 18-part division of the day instead of 24 hours. The math is precise, elegant, and matches observed daylight variance at 36 degrees latitude. This latitude corresponds to ancient Mesopotamia and the Levant, where these scrolls emerged. Once the sun hits Gate 6, it turns back, reversing its path through Gates 5 down to 1. The solar path is a closed shuttle system bounce, not a continuous endless loop. This physical shuttle wall is what modern astronomical models work to conceal. On the western horizon, 6 corresponding portals receive the sun each evening. Enoch describes the sun losing its fiery intensity as it passes through the western gate. The heat is stripped away, leaving only light as it enters the hidden northern realm. At night, Uriel shows Enoch that the sun is driven around the north, back to the east by wind engines. It does not pass under a round ball Earth. It circulates behind the northern mountain barrier. This night, return circuit keeps the solar engine hidden until it reaches the assigned eastern gate. Every single night, the sun undergoes a cooling and recharge process in darkness. Modern physics replaced this machine cycle with continuous orbital velocity in a vacuum. Yet ancient priests logged the exact gate entrance to track sky drift and crop seasons. Enoch's western gates reveal that sunlight is a regulated fuel, not an infinite starfire. The gate mechanics dictate the famous Enochian calendar, exactly 364 days, 4 quarters of 91 days each, perfectly divided by 7-day weeks. Under this solar calendar, every holiday falls on the exact same day of the week, forever. There are no floating dates, no extra leap months, and no lunar confusion. The sun's journey through the 12 gates completes the full cycle without a single lost fraction. Mainstream astronomy claims 364 days is mathematically defective. They say ancient writers could not measure the extra solar quarter day accurately. Only Enoch explicitly addresses those 4 missing days as special intercalary portal days. They are not errors. They are portal transition days outside the standard months. When you erase those portal days, the calendar breaks and forces you to adopt lunar tracking. The 4 intercalary days belong to 4 celestial leaders who sign the seasonal changes. Melchius, Helemelech, Malael, and Narel guard the gate transitions between seasons. On these 4 days, the sun steps into a transitional portal corridor that does not belong to any month. Temple priesthoods hated this calendar because it stripped them of monthly calendar adjustments. If the sky clock is fixed, priests cannot manipulate holy days or exact political power. Church councils later scrubbed these 4 portal days, calling Enochian astronomy heresy. They replaced the fixed portal engine with fluctuating lunar calendars that require constant human fixes. Enoch warned that in the end times, men would alter the sky calendar and sin by missing the true gates. By dropping the 4 intercalary portal days, astronomy buried the physical horizon gates forever. What remains is a sanitized sky grid that hides the true machinery operating above our heads. This deliberate removal left ancient worshippers without a map for the 4 portal transition days. Instead of tracking the sun's exact physical trajectory, religious councils forced a sudden shift toward lunar cycles. The Hillel calendar reform of the 4th century permanently anchored sacred observances to the waxing and waning moon. Why abandon a perfectly mathematical 364-day solar engine for a shifting lunar cycle that requires constant correction? Because lunar months naturally drift, forcing priests to constantly dictate leap months and control the ritual clock. Enoch's solar gate system gave absolute astronomical autonomy to anyone who observed the horizon directly. No temple hierarchy was needed when the sun marked its own entrance through 6 eastern portals every single year. By shifting the focus to moon phases, authority over time was seized back by central religious institutions. The original solar gates were declared obsolete, burying Enoch's celestial mechanics under centuries of lunar tradition. Yet the physical solar path never altered its alignment with the hidden horizon points described in the ancient text. Enoch did not describe the sun as a passive, glowing gas sphere drifting aimlessly through empty vacuum. He detailed massive fiery chariots propelled by atmospheric wind engines along rigid magnetic corridors across the dome. These celestial vehicles enter the eastern gates powered by immense forces that heat the atmospheric layer. 4 powerful winds drive the solar chariot forward, keeping it strictly contained within the seasonal gate tracks. When the chariot reaches the western gates at sunset, a dramatic thermodynamic cooling phase begins immediately. The solar flame is extinguished as it passes through the western portals into the northern circuit. Under cover of darkness, powerful wind currents transport the cooled celestial vessel back to the eastern starting gate. It recharges its heat energy during the night journey before reigniting at the exact scheduled eastern portal. This mechanical circuit operates with absolute hydraulic precision, leaving zero room for orbital decay or drift. Modern atmospheric physics dismiss these wind engines as primitive mythology without testing the underlying vectors. The suppression of Enoch's astronomical mechanics was formally codified during the Council of Laodicea in the 4th century. Church authorities deemed the detailed gate mapping dangerous because it placed cosmic order outside ecclesiastical control. Bishops ordered scriptures detailing the 12 celestial portals to be removed from the official biblical canon. Copies of the Book of Luminaries were systematically collected and burned across major European monastic libraries. Only remote Ethiopian monasteries preserved the complete manuscripts containing the full gate coordinates intact. If you've questioned why mainstream history buried these solar coordinate maps for centuries, comment "gates" below. The Vatican archives kept sealed translated copies locked away from public scholars for generations. Scholars who attempted to revive Enochian solar math were branded heretics and exiled from academic circles. Replacing direct solar observation with centralized calendar decrees ensured complete obedience to church dogma. The 12 portals faded from public memory, leaving humanity with a sanitized model of celestial space. Modern astronomy replaced Enoch's physical gate coordinates with abstract equatorial coordinate grids and smooth arcs. Right ascension and declination lines smoothed out the sudden step-like azimuth shifts recorded in the Book of Enoch. When you map the solar ecliptic using modern telemetry, 6 distinct seasonal inflection points emerge on the horizon. These inflection zones correspond precisely to the physical gate widths described over 2,000 years ago. Astronomy textbooks frame solar movement as a continuous curve, ignoring the localized magnetic boundaries along the horizon. By overlaying Enoch's gate dimensions onto modern solar azimuth data, the alignment errors vanish completely. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to dig deeper into suppressed ancient science models. The apparent smooth motion is simply a mathematical abstraction created to fit modern gravity models. Ancient observers did not measure abstract angles. They tracked the exact physical portals where atmospheric pressure shifted. The celestial grid was designed to obscure the fixed mechanical gateways operating above the firmament. Enoch's system remains a threat to modern astrophysics because it proves celestial mechanics are controlled and structured. What if these 12 celestial gates are not primitive metaphors, but localized magnetic portals in the upper atmosphere? Modern plasma physics acknowledges the existence of magnetic reconnection portals opening between Earth and Sun daily. These flux transfer events occur at specific geometric intervals along the upper atmospheric ceiling. Enoch's gate locations align directly with known geomagnetic node lines across the upper horizon. As the Sun passes through each gate, intense electromagnetic transfer alters localized climate and wind patterns. This explains why Enoch connected specific gate openings to extreme weather phenomena, severe frosts, and heat waves. The gates act as physical pressure valves, regulating atmospheric energy distribution across the firmament structure. Bypassing this electromagnetic reality forced science to invent complex theoretical gravity equations to explain seasonal shifts. When you view the solar path as a magnetic corridor, the 12 gates become functional energy conduits. Ancient civilizations built megalithic structures specifically aligned to these exact atmospheric energy release gates. The truth behind these gateways exposes a manufactured reality designed to keep humanity blind to the sky engine. Centuries of manipulation kept humanity blind to the solar engine. Much like modern recurring charges and subtle service markups, keep inside the silent leak ebook, you will get a concrete, step-by-step audit checklist that exposes the exact billing tricks and silent. When you read through these straightforward chapters, you immediately discover how to systematically remove those 12 specific drain. Imagine finishing every month with a healthy surplus in your account, enjoying absolute peace of mind and complete control over where every stop letting invisible fees control your financial future when the solution and practical roadmap are already mapped out for you in detail. Point your camera at the QR code on the screen, or click the link in the first pinned comment below to download the ebook right now. The Book of Enoch reveals that 12 celestial gates govern the precise machinery of our solar environment. Centuries of calendar manipulation and institutional suppression failed to erase the solar footprints along the horizon. The mathematical precision of the 364-day solar engine stands as a silent testament against modern celestial models. If you stayed watched until the end, drop the word firmament in the comments so I know you finished the journey. Do you believe the 12 celestial gates are physical electromagnetic portals hidden right in front of our eyes? Subscribe to the channel to keep uncovering hidden apocryphal science and suppressed ancient texts. The sun continues its exact mechanical run through Enoch's portals every morning, oblivious to human consensus. The gates remain open in the sky above us, waiting for those willing to look past modern optical illusions. Once you understand the 12 portals, you will never view the solar path across the horizon the same way again. The sky is not an infinite void, but a masterfully constructed solar engine operating right over our heads.